So you have that, and then you got the same effect a lot of times when you're bending strings, that you use other fingers in different shapes. So for example, if I'm bending, if I'm bending, all of a sudden I'm going to go. Now I've actually moved to the key of F. So my third finger is going to bend the G note up to A. And see how I'm going to use my first and second finger to reinforce that third finger. Then I'm going to come down with my pinky down to the B flat with my first finger. So that's C note with my pinky down to the B flat note. So that's another possibility for an exercise to practice. Alright, so you got and there's another type of bend that you might use. That's going back to that major third, the dyad, or the interval of a major third right there. This is G to B, so this is a G chord technically. What I'm doing now is with my second finger, I'm going to bend the G up to A, grab the major third with my first finger. And any of these shapes here, like this is like earlier we learned the G or the E major scale. Maybe we ought to go back to that just to kind of get a better idea of this. I'm going to do the same thing I was just doing in G and E. So I'm going to take my second finger and bend the root note E up to F sharp. Grab the third degree with my first finger and release. Right? Okay, so now if you notice any of the shapes that we learned, alright, any of these shapes can be steel guitar bends or bends, So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bend E to F sharp. The key to this is to understand that when you're bending a note from the major scale up to the next note in the scale, it has to be the right note. I'll give you an example of something not to do. Like for example, if I'm starting here and I'm going E, and now I'm going to go up to my minor third, which would be F sharp to A. I'm going to go, I hit the F sharp, right? When I get into the F sharp and A, the minor third there, see, I just bent that note a half step and it didn't sound right, because what happened is that this note, G, is the minor third of E, so it doesn't sound right. Depending on the context of the harmony, since we're just trying to base this in the key of E major. Then, so my next bend, the appropriate bend, would be to bend the F sharp to G sharp. Now here, I'm going E. This is actually kind of like F sharp minor. This would be like G sharp minor. When I get to the G sharp minor form, or the third dyad, the minor dyad, in the key of E, what I'm going to do is now I've got a half step to bend. You see? So now I'm going to bend G sharp to A, and I only want to go a half step to get the correct sound of the correct diatonic harmony. Okay, and this would be kind of like the A chord, right, in the key of E. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this off by bending the A note to the B. Right, and then when I get up to the B chord, I'm going to bend that B note up to C sharp. Then I'm going to get to my C sharp minor chord, or C sharp, the minor dyad, and then I'm going to bend that note up to D sharp. Then I'm going to move up to what would be considered D sharp diminished in the key of E major. Now at that point, D sharp is only a half step away from E, back to E. So to kind of go through the whole thing,